Hello and welcome to another episode of Monday Markets. It looks a little bit different this week as I'm doing this one on the road, so straight from the laptop, no monitor. So it will just be a quick roundup of the majors in terms of TA. However, lots of news to go through to prepare you for what could be a very volatile week. So let's get straight into the news and then we'll take a look at the charts. So first bit of news which came over the weekend, coordinated central bank action to enhance the provision of US dollar liquidity. Essentially very similar to what happened at the bottom of the COVID crash, liquidity being pumped into the markets. Will it have the same effect? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the big difference was when this got introduced after the COVID crash, we were at a bottom, not that we knew it at the time. However, we've obviously pumped quite a bit from the current bottom, which was about 15.5k. We're now pushing about 30k. So will it have the same effect? We'll just have to wait and see. But certainly big news, and that leads us on to what the Fed rate decision could be on Wednesday and how it will affect it. So if we just take a look at events this week, you've got US inflation, we've got the Eurozone rate decision as well on Thursday. Janet Yellen appearing before the Senate Finance Committee later in the week as well. That could be quite important. But the main one to be watching is on Wednesday, the Fed interest rate decision, and then also what the Fed Chair Powell comes out and says afterwards. So not only his comments, but also in terms of what their plan is going forward, and also the dot plot in terms of where the board sees them topping out their interest rate hikes and when is a potential chance for a pause or pivot. So it's pretty wild. Only about sort of a week ago, we were pricing in a 50 basis point hike. Now it's down to 25 and a possible pause at 0. So very, very interesting to see not only what the decision is going to be on Wednesday, but also how the markets react to that. So that's all the news going on, big events this week. Let's get into the charts. So if we take a look at BTC from higher time frames, monthly looks absolutely insane. You can see we're smashing through that 25.2k monthly level, and we've only got about 12 days to go. So huge move. Next big monthly resistance, as everyone knows, is about 30k. I've got it marked up at about 29.3. You see the bottom of this summer 2021 capitulation there. If we go to the weekly, again, looking very strong. A crazy weekly candle. If we just take a look at the weekly candle by itself, big move. About almost 30%. Well, yeah, pretty much 30% in a week. Crazy move. Again, though, pushing up to that 30k area of resistance. If we knock it down to the daily, we've got a daily level here at about 28.5, which I believe I mentioned on last orders on Friday. You can see it's the bottom of this sort of accumulation distribution zone just here. So yeah, 28.5k on the daily. But then the bigger, higher time frame resistance is about 30k. So we'll see what happens with that. But absolutely no pulling back so far on the daily. Small little red candle on Saturday, but then continue straight up. And even this morning, if we go down to the smaller time frames, small top here, it's zipped straight back up. So no brakes on this train, it looks like. ETH, let's go to the higher time frames again, pushing above its own monthly resistance at 1721. So it looks good if it can close above there, and then it looks like a clean run to 2,300 potentially. If we do get that close, again, we've got about 12 days. Weekly, interesting weekly close. So you can see we closed above all these wicks and candle bodies here. However, we closed right on the same swing high of September 2022. If I just quickly chuck a line on there, you can see that. So about bang on 1780. So as I say, we closed right on it. So if we can get a weekly close above that, then again, looks like a clean run to 2012. And then, as I say, clean close above 1721 on the monthly. Looks like we could run to 2306. So they're the next potential targets if we do continue this rally. Finally, let's take a look at ES, and then we'll go to the ETH BTC chart. So ES, weekly resistance of 3963 holding. You can see we rejected it last week, and we've rejected it already so far today. Obviously, it's only Monday, but very significant. I'm going to get rid of these monthly levels because it looks very, very untidy. and just focus on the higher time frame. So you can see we opened this week, gap down, and rejecting that weekly resistance. So are we going to come down to and retest 3814, start this leg of the move in January? We'll have to wait and see. Or do we deviate, break above, and then have another run at 4175? We'll have to wait and see. So on Friday, I talked about the relationship between alts and BTC and keeping an eye on the ETH BTC chart. So I thought maybe what we would get, we were down here somewhere, maybe we might get a big wick. So I thought maybe over the weekend BTC chills out, and then ETH and alts catch up. Obviously hasn't happened. ETH BTC dropped even further. I mean, that not even a downside wick. So sold right into the weekly close. So now we've lost this level. I'm looking at a potential drop even further, all the way down to the monthly range of 0.053, which is what happened back here in May 2022. So keeping an eye on that. If we do get down here, I think ETH and alts are a massive buy against BTC. Could be good, but also keep in mind we could just deviate this level and come straight back up, similar to what we did back here in October 21. Looked like we were breaking down, and then we come back up, test it as resistance and break it, and then go on another run. So either way, whether we deviate this level and come back up, a weekly close back above 0.066 round about there, and we could get a really good run on alts, or alternatively we could continue bleeding down to 0.053 and then the rally starts. So either way, I think you're going to get a really good opportunity on alts versus BTC. So ETH and alts versus BTC. However, it's just about waiting for that moment. You can also use the Bitcoin dominance chart as well to time that as well. As you can see, we are coming up to a bit of a resistance area here, about 48%. You can probably see that on the monthly time frame. We just whack that on there. Nice easy level. So potentially Bitcoin dominance pushed up to about 48%. ETH BTC finds some support, and then we go from there. But something to keep an eye on. And obviously keeping an eye on all the potential catalysts for the next move in the market. So stay tuned, and we'll go through it all on Friday, digest and see what's going to happen next. So if you are trading this week, I would advise caution. Could be a very volatile week, especially around Wednesday and the FOMC decision. So hope you have a good week, and I will catch you on Friday.